How's it going, YouTube? I'm Shane, this is my dad Joe, and today we're going to be repairing a leak in the gas tank of this 1967 CJ5 Jeep with this gas tank repair kit from VersaChem. So let's start out by going over what's in the contents of this. First, we had a piece of sandpaper that was used for cleaning the gas tank down to bare metal, which we've already done. Next, we have a strip of fiberglass. We have our epoxy mix, and we have a little paintbrush to work with, plus some instructions, and that's pretty much all that comes in the kit. Alright, so next, why don't we start with having you show us where the leak is coming from.
Okay. Good. So when we drive this Jeep around the area, this gas just starts to puddle up outside here, and so we're thinking there's just a pinhole just around this area. So we've sanded this all down here, just ready to put the fiberglass sheet and epoxy down on that area.
Okay, so the first real step we're going to do today is just trim the fiberglass to the size we want it. And just kind of looking at it, I figured if we cut it right about in half, that should be about good. And the fiberglass cuts real easy, just kind of like cloth or fabric. Alright, and now we're ready. Once we have the epoxy mixed up, we have the strip ready to go. Alright, so step 2 is going to be mixing our epoxy together, and in these little pouches you should be able to just kind of squeeze it. There we go, squeeze it into the next. And this takes probably less than a minute of mixing. The epoxy itself is going to start to set up in just 5 minutes or so, so I want to work pretty quickly here, moving it back and forth. Alright, I think we're about done here. Let me just move it to one side. Now I've got some scissors nearby. I'm just going to cut off a corner here. And then if you come in here, I'll squeeze the epoxy down. Alright, set this off to the side for a second. Take my fiberglass strip. And I'm just going to start using this paintbrush to kind of put it in place, press it down, get it nice and consistent. Get any air bubbles or anything out. Now I'm going to get a little more epoxy. Set that off to the side. Just start working it in. How do you think that looks?
Mm-hmm. So now that we have the fiberglass cloth and the epoxy laid down and spread out, we'll give it about 30 minutes and come back and check on it.
So it's been about an hour and a half, and we're set up pretty nicely here. It's barely even tacky anymore. So we're going to go ahead and take the Jeep for a drive and see if we smell any gas fumes afterwards. Okay, so we took her out for a spin and let the gas splash around in the tank quite a bit, and everything came back dry and smelling clean, so I think we're going to call this one a success. But thanks for your help today, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.